If you have ever watched your toilet overflow and thought, how did this even happen? Chances are the answer is sitting in your bathroom right now. The truth is, most clogs are completely avoidable once you know what should never go near your bowl in the first place. After 3 decades of fixing toilets in every condition you can imagine, I have seen it all. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 things you should never flush and 3 genius ways to unclog a toilet yourself. Stick around for number 8 because that method shocks almost everyone. And the bonus tip at the end is one most plumbers will never tell you for free. The first thing you should never flush down your toilet is so-called flushable wipes. Now I know that name is printed right there on the package, and I understand why folks trust it. But here is the honest truth from someone who has pulled these things out of sewer lines more times than I can count. They do not break down. Regular toilet paper is designed to start dissolving almost the moment it hits water. You can test this yourself. Drop a sheet of toilet paper in a glass of water and swirl it around. Within 30 seconds, it is already falling apart. Now try that same test with a flushable wipe. Come back in an hour. It will still be sitting there fully intact, looking like it just came out of the package. That is exactly what happens inside your pipes. These wipes travel down and get caught on rough edges, tree root intrusions, or older cast iron joints. Over time, they build up into what plumbers call a fatberg, a nasty mass of wipes and grease that can completely block your sewer line. A sewer line backup caused by wipes can easily cost you $1,000 to $3,000 to clear out. And if it damages your municipal connection, you could be looking at even more. The fix is simple. Keep a small trash can with a lid right next to the toilet. Toss the wipes in there instead. Your pipes will thank you for years to come. The second thing that should never go down your toilet is grease, fats, and cooking oil. Now you might be thinking, wait, I would never pour bacon grease into my toilet, but you would be surprised how often this happens. Some folks pour it down the kitchen sink and it eventually meets the same main drain line. Others rinse greasy pots and pans with hot water and assume it is all washed away. And yes, some people do pour leftover cooking oil directly into the toilet, thinking the flush will just carry it off. Here is what actually happens. Grease is liquid when it is warm, but the moment it hits the cooler water inside your pipes, it starts solidifying. It clings to the pipe walls like candle wax, building up inside a jar. Layer after layer, week after week, the opening inside your pipe gets narrower and narrower. Eventually, anything else you flush, toilet paper, waste, anything, gets stuck against that greasy buildup, and you have got yourself a serious blockage. In your home, this might mean a backed up toilet or a slow draining sink, but out in the municipal sewer system, grease combines with those flushable wipes I just mentioned and forms fatbergs that can weigh thousands of pounds. Cities spend millions of dollars every year clearing these out. The right way to handle cooking grease is to let it cool in the pan, wipe it out with a paper towel, and throw it in the trash. For larger amounts of oil, pour it into an old container like a coffee can or milk jug, seal it, and toss it in the garbage. Simple habits like these protect both your plumbing and your community's sewer system. The third thing you should absolutely keep out of your toilet is feminine hygiene products. This includes tampons, pads, applicators, and anything related. Even though some tampon packaging has included flush disposal instructions in the past, modern plumbing professionals universally agree these products should go in the trash, not the toilet. The reason is straightforward. These products are specifically engineered to absorb liquid and expand. That is their entire purpose. A single tampon can swell to 10 times its original size once it absorbs water inside your drain line. It gets caught in the curved section of the toilet trap, which is the S-shaped passage built into the base of every toilet. Once one gets lodged there, everything else that comes behind it starts stacking up. In homes with septic systems, the problem is even worse. These products do not break down in a septic tank. They sit there for years, taking up space and eventually clogging the outlet baffle, which can lead to a complete system failure. Replacing a septic system can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000, depending on your area. Again, the solution is easy and inexpensive. A small covered waste bin in the bathroom solves this problem entirely. If you are a grandparent with younger family members visiting, it is worth having a gentle conversation about this. It could save you a very expensive repair. By the way, if you are finding this advice helpful, you should know it is just a small sample of what I have put into my new guide, the Ultimate Plumbing Playbook. It is packed with step-by-step instructions for hundreds of repairs that can save you thousands. To grab your copy, you can scan the QR code on the screen right now, or just use the first link in the description below. All right, let us continue. The fourth thing you should never flush is paper towels and facial tissues. This one catches a lot of people off guard because they look so similar to toilet paper. During cold and flu season, or when the toilet paper runs out unexpectedly, it feels perfectly logical to reach for a tissue or a paper towel. But the difference between these products and toilet paper is not just marketing. It is in how the fibers are manufactured. Toilet paper is made with short, loosely bonded fibers that are designed to break apart quickly in water. Paper towels are engineered to do the exact opposite. They are built to stay strong when wet. That is why you can soak a paper towel and wring it out without it falling apart. Facial tissues are somewhere in between, but they also contain binding agents and sometimes lotion coatings that make them resistant to dissolving. When you flush these down the toilet, they hold their shape through the trap into the drain line and often get stuck at the first bend or joint they encounter. A few here and there might pass through, but make it a regular habit and you're building a plug of matted fiber inside your pipes that even a plunger will struggle to move. If you ever run out of toilet paper, the safest temporary substitute is actually a single ply, unscented, uncoated napkin. But even then, use as little as possible and get back to real toilet paper as soon as you can. The fifth and final thing you should never flush is cotton balls, cotton swabs, and dental floss. These small bathroom items seem completely harmless. They are tiny. They are soft. What damage could they possibly do? Quite a bit, actually. Cotton does not dissolve in water. Period. A cotton ball might look like it would just melt away, but it actually absorbs water and expands, becoming a dense little plug. Cotton swabs are even trickier because they have rigid plastic or paper sticks that can get wedged sideways in pipe joints. But the real hidden troublemaker in this group is dental floss. Dental floss is essentially a thin string made of nylon or Teflon. It is incredibly strong and it does not break down at all. When it gets into your pipes, it wraps around anything it touches. It tangles around other debris, around pipe fittings, and around the mechanical parts inside your sewer ejector pump if you have one. One strand might not cause a problem, but over months and years of regular flushing, dental floss creates a net that traps everything else passing through. I have personally pulled wads of dental floss out of drain lines that look like tangled fishing line. All three of these items belong in the bathroom trash can, not the toilet. Now, let us shift gears, because knowing what not to flush is only half the battle. If you're already dealing with a clog, you need to know how to fix it. The sixth item on our list is the first of three genius unclogging methods, and it is the hot water and dish soap technique. This is my favorite starting point because it requires absolutely no special tools and works beautifully on organic soft clogs, which are the most common type. Here is exactly how to do it. Start by squirting a generous amount of regular dish soap into the toilet bowl. I am talking about a good long squeeze, roughly 2 to 3 tablespoons. The soap acts as a lubricant that helps break the surface tension around whatever is causing the blockage. Next, heat up about half a gallon of water on the stove. You want it hot but not boiling, somewhere around 130 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit is perfect. Boiling water can actually crack a porcelain bowl due to thermal shock, so do not go that far. Carefully pour the hot water into the bowl from about waist height. The height gives it a little extra force as it hits the water in the bowl. Now walk away and give it 15 to 20 minutes. The heat and soap work together to soften and lubricate the clog. When you come back, try a gentle flush. In many cases, especially with clogs caused by too much toilet paper or organic waste, you will hear that satisfying whoosh as everything clears right through. If it does not clear on the first try, repeat the process one more time before moving on to the next method. The seventh item on our list is proper plunger technique using a flange plunger. Now, most people own a plunger, but here is what I see all the time. They are using the wrong kind, and they are using it wrong. There are two common types. A cup plunger is the basic one with a flat rubber bottom. That one is actually designed for flat surfaces like sink drains and shower drains. For a toilet, you need a flange plunger. It looks similar but has an extra rubber flap that folds out from inside the cup. That flap fits down into the toilet drain opening and creates a much stronger seal, which is everything when it comes to plunging. Here is the correct technique. First, make sure there is enough water in the bowl to cover the rubber cup completely. If the bowl is too low, add a little water from the sink. Place the plunger straight into the drain opening and make sure the flange is unfolded and inserted into the hole. Now here is the part most people get wrong. The first push should be gentle. You want to push down slowly to remove the air from inside the cup. If you slam it down on the first thrust, you just blast air into the line and splash dirty water everywhere. After that first gentle push, now you can plunge aggressively. Use firm, steady, rhythmic strokes, keeping the seal tight the entire time. Push and pull about 15 to 20 times without breaking the seal. The pulling motion is actually just as important as the pushing. You are creating alternating pressure and suction that loosens the clog from both directions. After 20 strokes, break the seal and see if the water drains. If it starts moving, you are in business. Give it a test flush and see if it clears completely. The eighth and final unclogging method is one that surprises almost everyone, and it is using a wet-dry vacuum. Now, I am not talking about your regular household vacuum cleaner. Do not use that anywhere near water. I am talking about a shop vac style wet-dry vacuum, the kind many of you probably already have in your garage or workshop. This method works especially well for hard clogs that a plunger cannot budge, particularly when something solid like a child's toy, a cotton ball wad, or a chunk of built-up wipes is stuck in the trap. Here is how you do it. First, set your wet-dry vacuum to the liquid setting. Remove any paper filter inside because water will destroy it. Use the vacuum to suck out as much standing water from the bowl as you can. Once the water level is down, take the hose and press it firmly into the drain opening at the bottom of the bowl. You can wrap an old rag or towel around the hose to help create a tighter seal. Now turn the vacuum on. The suction power of a wet-dry vacuum is significantly stronger than what a plunger can produce. In many cases, it will pull the clog right back out of the trap and into the vacuum canister. I have seen this method pull out objects that homeowners had been fighting with a plunger for hours. Once the clog is removed, pour a bucket of water into the bowl to make sure it drains freely, and then give it a normal flush. Clean and sanitize your vacuum hose and canister thoroughly afterward with a bleach solution. This is one of those tricks that sounds unusual, but once you see it work, you will never forget it. And now for the bonus tip that professional plumbers swear by. If you want to know whether your toilet has a partial clog building up before it becomes a full emergency, there's a simple test you can do right now. Fill a 5-gallon bucket with water and pour it directly into your toilet bowl at a moderate speed. Do not use the flush handle. Just pour the water in. A healthy, clear drain line will swallow that water quickly with a strong swirling action, and the bowl will return to its normal water level within a few seconds. If the water rises higher than normal, drains slowly, or you hear gurgling sounds coming from the bowl or from a nearby drain, you have got a partial blockage forming in your line. Catching it at this stage means you can try the hot water and dish soap method or a good plunging session to clear it before it becomes a complete backup. This 5-gallon bucket test takes 60 seconds, costs nothing, and can save you from waking up at 2 in the morning to a bathroom floor covered in sewer water. I recommend doing it once every few months, especially if you live in an older home with cast iron or clay drain pipes. Before you go, I want to make sure you know about my complete guide, the Ultimate Plumbing Playbook. It goes way deeper than we can in a single video, with 85 pages covering everything from clearing any clog to replacing your own water heater. If you want to stop wasting money on simple fixes, this book is for you. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description to get your copy. Thanks for watching. And if you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do not miss the next one.